Good morning, welcome to Morning Reviews. Kim Watson speaking on Tuesday, the 7th of June. So, looking at the pound dollar, and miraculously, throughout the Asian session, we've seen yesterday's, Monday's gap filled, and around about 500 million exchange hands through a fat finger trade. Which caused the algorithms to all trigger, and algorithmic trading caused the continuation, probably took out lots of people's stops, made a few people happy, but it'll make a lot more people unhappy, I think, somehow, but we'll see. There's no tech and there's no other reason for this move, and it may be yet that we give back the rest of the gains that were made there. For now, it's messed things up somewhat. Made it an awkward old day to be trading in some respects, because technically it's taken out quite a few points. Now, as I said, it could work its way back to the original sort of price action levels. It was possibly trying to break higher at some point anyway. It did it very quickly, all in about a minute. So the question is now, is it going to come back in towards those 60-20s? It doesn't probably look like it's got a lot of chance of coming back to the daily pivot at this juncture, but who knows? Old fat finger may still be out there. Okay, let's have a look at the euro dollar, and you can see with the euro dollar, yesterday we saw the Yesterday we saw the doji following Friday's large shift. Barely any movement in the euro, which is what we're getting used to. Back to normal, really. Still got its weekly pivot below it. It's put in some bearish-looking candles, or I say indecisive candles, as opposed to bearish, which we're seeing quite a lot of. From here, well, it might err on the upside. I'm just looking at what else is going on here. It certainly looks like it's trying to break more positively to the upside. But there was divergence into this over yesterday evenings. I'm just looking at the RSI here, a bit of divergence there. Just see how it moves from here. 1380 seems to ring a bell in terms of key resistance anyway. We do have quite a bit of resistance around that point at the moment. Looking from an hourly perspective, well, you may just want to come back, retest the hourly 50 from looking at this. If it starts selling off, it's sitting right on its daily pivot. Any shove up could see it run back towards yesterday's highs into the R1 sort of area. So it's a difficult one here in terms of looking which way this really wants to go, because there's so much indecision in these hourly bars, and once again the news is more US news than it is any other news that's causing the euro to move at the moment. Dollar yen. Okay, so started yesterday kicking back up towards its weekly pivot here at 108.16. There's a possibility we could get back towards that at some stage. It's just short of its 4-hourly 21 at the moment. I think as it runs, it finds resistance quite easily at the moment. It is in the short term putting higher lows in. It's certainly broken the trend that was sitting. It looks like it's broken the trend that's sitting across these from this high. Yep, just. So it's only just really broken that trend that was sitting there. So erring towards a continuation to the upside here. It just came in short of the daily pivot, so only a sell point makes it come back through those 21s this time into the maybe it's at 34 moving average and into daily pivot. It carries on selling at this rate. Any rally, well, it could, if it gets any sort of legs in it, run back up to these prior lows here in towards the daily R2 area. Quite a difficult one to read there though, I mean, it could easily be bear flag territory. So break of the lows may, as I say, it may see a continuation back to Friday's lows, Sunday night's lows. Aussie dollar. The Aussie's seen a continuation in its correction here. It's had a decent run up now. Let's just chuck some fibs on here and see where we are. Okay, so we've done the 38. So it could well be looking towards that 50%, 50 moving average rather than 50% retrace, which is just above that level. Good solid bar overnight as the rates were left unchanged as expected. Interest rate, that is. So the average true range have come down across so many of these markets at the moment. Nothing else to look at on that picture. Okay, daily untouched, but we're almost into the R3 at this rate. If we carry on, it's just playing with the weekly R1 pivot here. Shove up, could see it run into the R3. Not a lot else there. I mean, yesterday really summed up what we're seeing throughout the, excluding the Asian session. In a lot of the time, we're just seeing a lot of chop. And finally, Canadian dollar. Well, continuation to the sell-off here in the afternoon yesterday. 12 o'clock candle saw us selling off some more, consolidating where we're sitting at the moment. Just see what we're doing here. You can see oil's shoved up towards $50 again. Sorry, that's this very light grey line going on the back of this hourly. See that shoving up, and Canadian dollars shoved its way down there. So it's sitting there quite nicely at the moment. It's got its daily pivot above. Any break of the sort of the short-term trend may see it run back towards that daily trend, daily pivot. It has got a bit of divergence sort of going on at these lows here on this hourly by looks of things. It's a scraper of a bit of a divergence. So there is a bit of divergence. We as I say, may see a bit of continuation in that. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. There's not a great deal there in terms of today on the economic data. We've already seen the interest rate, Australian interest rate come out at 5:30. There's small data now of the rest of the day. It's a typical quiet day today, following last week's more busier week on data. I'm just checking to see if there's any other speakers or anything. It doesn't appear to be anything at all. We've got some house price index coming out in 45 minutes ish. In the UK, it's very little GDP. In Europe, there's not a mover. Nothing significant there at all. So, yep, it's to me, it's a quiet day. The GDP figure barely gives any significant movement in general. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.